Cross the Mersey, 'cause this land's the place I love. Hi everybody, it's your old mate Beatle Dave. He's come back from his little trip to Liverpool with Susie Sue. Just a big thank you to the people of Liverpool for making me and Sue feel so very, very welcome. I mean, it is like our second home, you know, we try and go twice a year. Yeah, we've had absolutely marvellous time. Okay, the weather was a bit dodgy on a couple of occasions, but that never stops you from enjoying yourself in Liverpool. Right, so I've been making a couple of videos while I was there, and yesterday, which was our last day, I actually went in a few record shops, and I was determined that I wasn't going to buy any records. But you know what it's like, you go in a record shop and see something, that's interesting. So all the records that I got, although we did go in more than one record shop, are from Dig Vinyl on Bold Street in Liverpool. We have been there before. You know, very, very nice shop. It's upstairs in like a vintage clothing place. But yeah, so bear with one sec. Just 2 secs. Yeah, so about that, something just fell on the floor. Yeah, so I bought some records, and Beatle Dave being Beatle Dave, he's ended up spending more than he intended to spend on records. But all these, or most of these, could be classed as holy grails for me. One of them in particular I've been after for a very, very long time. And it's not one of the records that's to everybody's taste. So without messing about any further, I'll show you the records. I will go into a little bit of detail as well, because I think that's only fair. So we'll start off with the one that I think is a bit of a holy grail. Well, for me it is anyway, and it's a UK original 1969 pressing of John Lennon and Yoko Ono's experimental album Life with the Lines. Now, I have got an American copy of this LP, and I've also got a reissue from 2019, I think it is. But I've always said that if I ever saw an original UK copy at a decent price, I'd get it, just to, you know, to fill my collection, because I've got the original wedding album, a UK wedding album, and I've got an original Two Virgins. So this was the one that I was missing with an original. Now, on the sleeve notes, it does say 1969 UK original. This version has no sold in the UK text, because it used to have sold in the UK text. But 1969, they started changing it. Price to condition, and it doesn't have the original in the sleeve with it. These usually go for £100 plus for a UK original. Now, when it says no sold in the UK text, I'll show you what it means. Let's take it out of the bag. And these did come with these resealable covers, which cost quite a bit on them, don't they, these? Yeah, so this is it. And it's not in too bad a condition, actually. Even at the height of Beatlemania and the height of the Beatles, John Lennon could not sell records like this, which is why now UK originals are very, very rare to get, because they didn't sell at all. You're talking in your thousands, not your millions. Originally, this would have had a inner sleeve that would have said the tracks, but this is in just as nice a sleeve, if not better, because this is the original Apple inner sleeve. And if I wanted to, I could get the inner sleeve out the American copy, because it's exactly the same. And it's on Zapple, not Apple, Zapple. So this is Zapple 01. So where it's on about no UK sold in the UK, right? In the 60s, across here at the top, it would say sold in the UK subject to retail price conditions. Now, in 1969, they started to change them. So, like, Abbey Road didn't have it. Some copies of Wonderwall by George had it, some didn't, from 1968. Some copies of Two Virgins had it, and some didn't, from 1968. You know, some copies of Yellow Submarine, the soundtrack album from 1969, had it, and some didn't. Like I say, Abbey Road didn't have it. So it's it is an original UK pressing, but you'd probably say this is a second pressing, not a first pressing because of that. Although I bet the metrics numbers and everything are identical. Now this is in absolutely fantastic condition. There's not a hairline mark on it or anything. No spindle wear. Very, very rare record. It's as flat as a pancake. Now, when I saw the price of this, I looked at it soon and says, I've got to have that. And she goes, why? And I goes, because that's going to make my John and Yoko experimental LPs complete, as in the UK editions. And she looked at it and she goes, well, that usually goes for a lot more than that, doesn't it? And I goes, yeah, it's usually £100 plus. Okay, like I say, this hasn't got the original inner sleeve. If I wanted to, I could get the one out the American one because it's exactly the same. Now, I paid £40 for this, which I thought was an absolute bargain. Did I actually need it? No, I didn't need it because I've already got the contents. But the collector in me does need it, so it will sit nicely amongst Two Virgins and the Wedding Album that are originals from the same period. And Zapple, there was only ever 2 LPs released on Zapple, and the other one was George Harrison's not Wonderwall music, George Harrison's Electronic Sounds. And that is the only album, unless it was really, 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 really cheap, I don't think I would ever bother getting it as a UK original. So that is one that I would class as a holy grail for me, because it is something that I've been after for ages, and I never ever thought I'd get it at the price that was, if that makes sense. Will I ever play it? I don't know, because last time when I played the American one a few years ago, my dog Bailey went absolutely bonkers. He was running up and down the stairs and barking and all sorts. So if I do play it, which will probably only ever be once, to be honest, I'll play it with my headphones on. But it's just nice to have it to complete that set. Then we've got some strange ones. There's this one, the Beatles, number 5. Again, this was £40, but it wasn't. I'll tell you at the end, because he did actually knock me some money off. And this is a Japanese pressing from 1976. But the strange thing about this is it's a mono pressing. Mono pressing from 1976. So when I saw this, I just thought, oh, it's their equivalent of Beatles 65, or, you know, the Beatles for sale. But it's not, folks. It's not. Again, I'll take it out of this lovely sleeve, of outer sleeve. Now, some people don't like these resealable sleeves, do they? Now, as long as you're careful with them, they're okay. But if you catch that on your record cover, it can damage them. So be very, very careful with them. Yeah, this says 1976 Japanese mono repress in stunning condition. Yeah. And they've got barcodes and stuff on. Very, very good record shop to visit if you're ever in Liverpool. And if you live in the UK and you've never been to Liverpool, I'd highly advise to go, even if it's just for day trip. You can do so much or so little in Liverpool. We went on the ferry across the Mersey. We went on a tour that took you all around the docks on a boat and had a champagne breakfast sort of thing. Sue went on the great big wheel, which was a bit like the London Eye. You know, we went to the Beatles story. You know, we did so much in 3 days. So this is the album, Beatles number 5. Again, in really, really nice condition. Now, the thing with Japanese pressings is they've been reissued that many times. Luckily, this does tell me when this is from, otherwise I wouldn't have a clue. So this was on Apple. Now, original presses of this, I think, would have been on Med Vinyl from the 60s. I think, am I right in saying that? And would have been on Odeon. But this is amazing. Again, this doesn't even look like it's ever been played. You see that? I'm trying to do it so that you can see it without me. Now, I have actually got some Japanese Beatles LPs. I've got, I think it's A Hard Day's Night and Help on LP, which I like these, but there's so many different series of these, there's flag series and all sorts. And then I've got the John Lennon collection on Japanese pressings, and then I've got a few Japanese Beatles singles. I've always thought Japanese LPs sound really, really nice. Again, it does depend on your setup and your equipment and everything. And this has got the inlay, which is actually all in Japanese, isn't it? But there's some strange songs on this because it starts off with Long Tall Sally, Anna, Matchbox, You Really Got a Hold on Me, She's a Woman, Ask Me Why, I Feel Fine, Chains, Slow Down, All I've Got to Do, I Call Your Name, and This Boy. So it's a strange mix, isn't it, of songs for saying this came out in late 1964, early 1965. And I think the newest song on is I Feel Fine, isn't it? You Really Got a Hold on Me. I mean, you wouldn't have thought that would have been on this, would you? But yeah, so that is the inner. So I'm very, very happy to have that. Again, looking on a certain internet selling site this morning, these go anywhere from £25 up to about 150. The one the same as this, the V-Shoe from 1976. Yes, I think some of them had the Obi, didn't they, and things like that, which this hasn't. I don't think that. I don't know if that had the Obi or not. Then staying with the Japanese pressings, there's this one. The Beatles' second album. So on here you've got Roll Over Beethoven, Thank You Girl, You Really Got a Hold on Me, again he's on this one, Devil in Her Heart, Money, You Can't Do That. Side 2 you've got Long Tall Sally, which again was on number 5, I Call Your Name, which was on number 5, Please Mr. Postman, I'll Get You, and She Loves You. Now this was £28, I thought this was a bargain. Really did think this was a bargain, £28. And again, it says Japanese 1976 pressing with insert clean copy. It says there, features She Loves You and Roll Over Beethoven. And this one's stereo, where that 60 Beatles number 5 was in mono. And I think this is a gatefold sleeve, I think. Out the way so it doesn't damage my records. I mean, it has started to go just there on the spine, but apart from that, that looks in really, really nice condition. Gatefold. Again, this is on Apple. Side 1, Roll Over Beethoven, Thank You Girl, You Really Got a Hold of Me, Devil in Her Heart, Money, That's What I Want, and You Can't Do That. Again, this doesn't look like it's hardly ever been played. I hope this computer is doing justice to these. I've moved my lights around, but it still doesn't really seem to be doing any different. And then on side 2, you've got Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, Please Mr. Postman, I'll Get You, and She Loves You. It's better, isn't it? Yeah. Lovely condition. Very, very happy with these. I just want to check something, folks, because I thought one of these had There was one sec. Yeah, I've got a booklet. So this does have the insert as well. You should not really be able to see, are you? But very nice, I think. You know, if you don't collect Japanese pressings of Beatles records, that's okay. I've just got to the stage now where I start collecting things that's slightly different. I just want to check something because I thought one of these had got the German language version of She Loves You on it. But I might have been looking at a different record. Yeah, on that Beatles number 5, side 2, track 2 is a German language version of She Loves You. I Won't Hold Your Hand, sorry. Which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Which is quite common to get in America, isn't it? The German language versions of She Loves You and I Won't Hold Your Hand. But here in the UK, virtually impossible. I think officially we never got them on the UK Rarities album. And then the mixes on them weren't that good. Yeah, so there's that one. Then there's this one. Now, this is the one that I nearly didn't buy. Again, this is a Japanese pressing of the Beatles' Rock and Roll Music. Now, this cover, believe it or not, is a completely different colour to the UK. This is like a silvery, metallic silver, isn't it? In the UK, it was like a dull grey. 1976 Japanese press with booklet, ink included, missing obi strips. So I don't know if those other ones did have obi strips or not. I should imagine they did. So I'm not sure what mixers are on these, whether it's the same as the original American and British double LP of the same name, or if they are slightly remixed ones that George Martin did, that we rejected at the time, and then came out on the slipped down versions. So there it is in all its glory. This is actually in really, really nice condition, to be honest. What did I pay for it? What did I say it was? £22.50. But because I bought a few records off him, I think he gave me this for about £10. Because he knocked me quite a bit off. And when he saw this, he just like looked and as if to say, what did you want that for? So that's the inner sleeve. I'm so sorry if you're getting glares off this. It's like tin foil, isn't it, this? And you do get black inner sleeves like what would have been on the original Beatles White album, although they're not intact. I think I've got some spare anti-static ones. So the labels on these are basically the same as the American labels. So i.e. get the Coca-Cola bottle, where we didn't get that in the UK. Ours were just on parlophone. Nice shiny record. See, that has been played, but it's still, I'd say that's near mint. That's one of those where I think a lot of people say, what did you pay that for, Dave? Like I say, I don't think I got a bad deal, really. And at the end of the day, as long as I'm happy with it, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's not like I bought them to sell. See, that is more like the colour of the cover that we got in the UK. So you get a booklet with it, and really it's waste time of showing you this because it's all in Japanese. There's pages and pages and pages in this, and it's all Japanese. I think this is part of the flag service because it's got the Union flag there, look. EMI Odeon. Don't even think there's any photos in here. Oh, there is. Paul and John. I mean, why we didn't get this booklet in the UK, I don't know. Did you get this sort of booklet with yours in America? Yeah, then it's just words to the songs. So the words to the songs are in English and in Japanese. And you get George and Ringo. It's actually quite nice, this is. A lot more effort into this than what they did with the UK version, put like that. And get a discography. So I think Japan got the best of both worlds, didn't they? Because from the looks of this, they got the majority of the UK albums, the majority of the American albums, and then made some albums for the South sort of thing. Great, love it. I am actually quite happy to have that. Yes, it's probably not essential for everybody to have it, but when you're there and you see it, it's one of those things like, well, if I don't get that, where am I ever going to see that again? And I don't think I would ever see this in this sort of condition ever again. This is really, really nice condition. Really is. Criticised at the time, wasn't it? Because, yes, I know it's called Rock and Roll, the album, or Rock and Roll Music, but most of the images are from the American 50s, aren't they? With Coca-Cola and things like that. And then I think in the UK and other parts of the world, the people just didn't understand it. So the images are from when the original rock and roll songs would have been recorded, i.e. Elvis and stuff in the 50s. Oh, there's no Elvis on it, excuse me 1 second. Beatle Dave, please like and subscribe if you're not already. And then the last one I got was this one, which is Yeah Yeah USA. New and sealed. £18. Again, I think the chap, because he did me a deal, I think I got this for about a tenner. And the reason I picked this up was, well, one, because it's a picture disc and it's something a little bit different. And then I was looking, it says the Beatles live at the Convention Hall, Philadelphia, PA, USA, 2nd of September 1964. Right, I'm coming up to a birthday. I was born in 1966, in September 1966. So, wasn't the 2nd of September, but I was just thinking, this was recorded 2 years before I was born. And from what I can make out, a lot of the track list and the way it's done is virtually the same as Live at the Hollywood Bowl. So side one, other side, so that's side one. You've got intro, twist and shout, you can't do that, all my loving, she loves you, things were said today, and then roll over Beethoven. Side two, which is this side. Can't buy me love, I feel fine. Sorry, if I fell. I want to hold your hand. Boys, A Hard Day's Night, and then Long Tall Sally. All songs composed by John Lennon and Paul McCartney, except where indicated. So there was still a couple of cover songs in it, and it says Paul McCartney. John Lennon, vocals, guitar, harmonica. Paul McCartney, vocals, bass, guitar. George Harrison, guitars, vocals. Ringo Starr, drums and vocals. So that is the track listing. So this is mint, still sealed, hasn't been opened. Might not ever be opened, to be honest. But then I've got to open it and just to see what it sounds like. And like I said, I think I got this for about a tenner, in all honesty. So yeah, I don't think, although I did spend a lot of money, in one way, I'm very happy with what I've got. I've got some Japanese pressings there of records that I haven't got. There's stuff on there that I've never heard on some of those albums, and then I've got the John and Yoko, Life with the Lions, Unfinished Music #2, UK pressing, which is one of those I thought I would never ever find at that sort of price. I did look on the dreaded eBay this morning, and the cheapest Life with the Lions I could find, which was a UK original, was in a hell of a lot worse condition of that, and I think they wanted something like £75 for it, so I don't think I've done too bad. Anyway folks, that's going to be it. I hope you've enjoyed this little video of our little grails and finds from our trip to Liverpool. Oh, by the way, I will just mention this. If you're watching a couple of the videos, i.e. the one where we're going in the Beatles story and the one on Matthew Street as well, I think they might have been muted in certain parts because there was music playing from, you know, in the Beatles story. There was music playing all over the place, and why they was playing it so loud I don't know, because most people are walking around with headphones because you're supposed to listen to the story, but because we've been there before, we didn't do it. We just went and did the video. So I think from just after, when it goes to like to America and that lot, I think a lot of that has been muted. But please, 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 if you haven't watched those, don't let it spoil your enjoyment. That was something that was out of my control, so unfortunately I can't do anything about it. I think if I'd have left it in, I might have got a copyright strike. I might have done, I don't know. And then I think the one on Matthew Street, where we walk into, is it the Rubber Soul bar? There's something playing in the background, and I think that might have been muted. It might not have, I don't know, I haven't checked, but I did get a thing come through. So it's not a copyright strike, doesn't affect your video, just means you won't get monetized for it, and it might not be available in certain territories around the world. When it's something that's out of your hand, that, you know, out of your control. I can understand it, don't get me wrong, I can understand it, but then again, if you've paid £20 per person to go into the Beatles story and there's a little bit of music in the background, surely then the Beatles would have got some royalties from what you've paid to get into that museum. I don't know how it works. Right, just a few quick Beatles twist and shout outs. One I've got to mention is to my old friend Terry Mann. Now Terry sent me an early birthday present. Now I haven't opened it yet, mate, but it came the day before we went to Liverpool, so I haven't opened it or anything, mate. So just, you know, just to let you know that it has arrived and it is safe from what I can, you know, make out. So thank you very much, Terry. I'm looking forward to opening it. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking forward to opening it. Also, thank you to a Beatles Corner, Patricia in America. How are you getting on? Thank you for mentioning me in your video from yesterday or the day before. I've lost track of time because obviously I've been in Liverpool. Fantastic channel. Please, 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 if you're not subscribed or you haven't checked that channel out, please check her channel out. Patricia is a first generation Beatles fan, and she shows you some amazing things. That please mean from me to you that you've got on yours, I think could be worth something, because I've got it and mine's on a VJ label like yours, but mine on black. Yours is on yellow, but yellow was the colour of Tolly, which was also part of VJ. So that might be a promo or something, or, you know, I don't know. So that, if I was you, I'd check that one out because it could be worth a bit of money. So yeah, please check her channel out. Also, please check out my old mucker Beatley Turns Beatles channel. It's nice to see you looking so well, mate. And do you know how you was on about you was worried because you had to shave your hair off? I actually think it suits you, mate, and I think it makes you look a little bit younger. And I'm not taking the mickey out of that when I say it. I do actually think that you look a lot healthier and everything because you haven't got your hair. You know, I know we're all a bit vain when we get to a certain age, aren't we? Especially as gents. But I think you carry that off brilliant, mate. Honestly, I do think you carry it off, and it's nice to see you doing what you do best, which is making videos on YouTube. And I did enjoy the one you did yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? And then there's my old mate Gav Axeman Spins. That's another one for you to check out. now. Gav, he enters competitions. He's doing a lot on Britpop and everything at the minute. He does do things on the Beatles, and he does do things on David Bowie, and he's done things on Slade, and stuff like that. A very, very interesting channel, and a wide variety of music and topics. It's a brilliant channel to watch. It really is a brilliant channel to watch. And then there's my old mate Beatle Brad in America. Check him out if you're not already subscribed or been there before. Then there's Rachel's Ghost in America. Unfortunately, Rachel, at the minute, I can't really watch any of your videos. I presume you know what's been going off. So if I watch them after you've done them. And if I want to say anything on them, I will message you after they've been aired, if that makes sense. Then there's me, Mr. Man America. Also check his channel. And then there's Andrew Dixon. Again, a very, very big channel from the UK, Andrew Dixon. He's just been doing a thing on his Oasis collection, which I really enjoyed. So check out some of these channels if you haven't already. And, if you like them, please subscribe to them. There are plenty more channels out there. I just try to mention a few every now and again. And there's one more I've got to say. Mark Morris in America, brilliant channel. Check that one out. He does a weekly roundup of what he's done in the week, and that he used to post that on a Sunday in the UK. So check those channels out. I hope you've all enjoyed this little video. I hope you enjoyed the videos that we did in Liverpool. We wanted to do a load more, but Dave didn't take his mic, did he? So that's why the sound's a bit iffy on some of them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. You are the beat of Beatle Dave. Without you, this channel wouldn't exist. And a splendid time is guaranteed for you all. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. So peace, love and happiness to you all out there. That's from me and Susie Sue. Like I say, just hope whatever you're doing, everything is well and, peace and love. And as my old mate Beatle Brad would say, I'm out of here. Shh.